And we have a breaking news now coming in after the grand opening, the grand Pran Pratishtha took place at the Ram Mandir yesterday. Thousands and thousands of people, in fact, an estimate putting it anywhere between 1 lakh to 3 lakh people who've thronged to the Ram Mandir. And given the large crowds that have gathered there and are trying to get a glimpse of the Ram Lalla idol back in its place, we have security that's been beefed up. In fact, we're also hearing that the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister has also reached the temple premises to oversee the security situation. Top officers have been deployed. We have some visuals coming in along with it, a report from our teams on the ground tracking the situation on day one since the inauguration. Let's play out some of the reports that are now coming in. In fact, Rakshita is also joining me live from Ayodhya. Rakshita, how have they been able to control the crowds? What's the report on day one?
Well, Niranjan, as you can see, a sea of supporters, but at the same time, first I'd like to show you this heavy security deployment right from the Rapid Action Force teams to UP police personnel who are here from all the districts, almost all districts of Uttar Pradesh. And this is the road that I'm showing you right now. This is the way to Hanuman Gadi. Now, Hanuman Gadi is the religious site, is the temple where one actually prays first and then meets Ram Lalla, then goes for Darshan of Ram Lalla. But now it has been barricaded because there was a huge influx of devotees from this lane, from this street, which is quite a street that is going straight to Hanuman Gadi. It was functioning, and just as you were speaking at the top of bulletin, we saw that this is being barricaded. It is being controlled so that there's not a huge influx and there's no chaos. Also, you can see, we pan around the camera, there is the RAF teams, UP Police, ATS has also been around. We have seen anti-terror squads also. ATS personnel. There have been the Inspector General also supervising all the arrangements. So we saw the IG also a while back, and of course the DGP is also here ahead of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's visit. He has, of course, we've seen that he is reaching Ayodhya. He has reached Ayodhya, and there's another helicopter that we can hear. I assume there's a sound of helicopter. I'm not able to see it right now, but there is some movement, what we understand, and there are more security personnel. You can see a helicopter is just passing by right now on your screen. Live images coming in. A while back we saw the same helicopter. We understand that was an aerial survey by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's team, and the forces are of course in full form right now ahead of Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's visit. Of course, the road will be sanitized and devotees are being stopped. There are lakhs and lakhs, nearly 2 to 3 lakh people have visited Ram Lalla. They are queuing up from outside the Ram temple since 3 a.m. It's a wintry, cold morning at 3 a.m. There is heavy fog, Niranjan, but the bhaks, their bhakti, no stopping them. We've seen people have gathered up here. They've got their luggages. You can see they've got their luggages. They've got their all their quilts and everything, because they've traveled from far off, and many of them might just stay here. Many of them are camping here because they wanted one glimpse of Ram Lalla. You can't spend a lot of time inside, Niranjan, because there's such a huge rush. The security personnel are literally telling everybody to just see and go. No clicking pictures, just see and just move. Hardly a second, but because that is how they have to tackle the crowd. Otherwise there could be something untoward that could happen. Henceforth, looking at the crowd, looking at the huge influx, you can see people are still coming in. This is the site since 3 a.m. In fact, it has just been controlled right now. Earlier it was much more heavier, and it was much more in numbers, large crowd in numbers, and you can see people are ecstatic, chanting Jai Shri Ram.
जय श्री राम,
कहाँ से आए आप?
जय श्री राम। हम लुधियाना से
पंजाब से, हम लुधियाना से हैं।
राजस्थान से आया हूँ,
आपके
राजस्थान।
जितनी इंग्लिश तो हमको आती नहीं है, पर ये जरूर आता है जो इंग्लिश में भी सुन सकते हैं। जय श्री राम।
And as you can see, Niranjan, it's of course a sight that, I think we will never forget what we are witnessing here. Despite, such, battling such weather, and also, of course, today it has been very sunny. But the crowd, we see the young, the old, everybody is so energetic only because Ram Lalla is there. After 500 years, he got his rightful place. And everybody now wants to just take his blessings. And even if it means just for a second, just for a few seconds, just to see him and go. People have come from all corners of the country, and this is the site right now where I'm reporting from the Ram Janmabhoomi temple. Security, of course, as I was telling you, is only being increased. It's being beefed up as Yogi Adityanath is expected to arrive.
Yeah, I'm going to stay with the rest. Let's stay with the live report, Rakshita. It's good to see that people from across the country are coming there, but it's of course a word of caution also from the administration to everyone. In fact, we heard some reports that they've been asked not to come to the temple today. Do we have an estimate of how many people perhaps they're prepared to handle or tackle every single day? Is there some sort of an estimate they have of how many people they will be expecting or can expect to handle in the next few days and weeks perhaps? Rakshita.
Well, it goes in lakhs. Point blank, simple. It goes in lakhs. As per reports, what you understand is that at least 2 to 3 lakh people have, thronged to Ram Temple today itself on the first day when it was open to public. And we expect this footfall to only increase. I was speaking to some of the security personnel who have been deployed. Of course, they cannot speak on camera, but they're not authorized to. But they were telling us that today, of course, there was such a huge influx of people. In the morning, it was even more heavier, and it was a bit difficult, but they still tackled them and just wanted that nobody is disappointed. They wanted, in fact, they tell that, they did not want anybody to be disappointed, but they said that because it's new and it's for the first time it has opened, there is, of course, much more impatience because, people have waited 500 years. The Prime Minister yesterday said that apologies to, he got emotional saying that, I apologize to Lord Ram that, he had to wait so long and had to stay in a tent. But here we are, that day has arrived and everybody is getting lucky here everybody who are dreaming of witnessing this grand marvel. It's an architectural marvel. More than that, it is the spirit of India. You can see chants of Jai Shri Ram right there, people marching towards it. And we expect that the tourism is only going to be increased. People in the locals tell us that within in a very short span, we are seeing people have they've witnessed a lot of development, be it cleanliness, be it the various facilities at the different sites where we have reported from, be it the Saryo Ghat, the Ram Ki Paidi, where many devotees throng to, or the Hanuman Gadi. There has been, of course, a huge investor interest as well, because the footfall is only going to increase. There have been, of course, a lot of hotels that have been newly built because, there was struggle, of course, for people to be accommodated. 7,000 guests were expected, at the Pran Pratishtha. We saw it was such a grand celebration yesterday, and it was very difficult for even VVIPs or VIPs to even, find accommodation. But there are many of the accommodations that have been newly built, and they could accommodate people, be it the media persons, be it the bhaks who have come with their families from many parts of the country because they've been waited. I personally have, there's so many people who have told me that, they were curious of, even asking me that, how is it? Did you go there? They want to know. People who cannot go or haven't been able to go, they have been planning and they have been asking me and our colleagues that, tell us a way, how can we go and how is the crowd, how is the management like? But we've seen that ever since I've been reporting, there has been a lot of crowd, there have been a lot of media attraction, but, it has been handled quite smoothly. Nobody has been asked to, at least, nobody has been denied any, any darshan. We saw at the Hanuman Gadi, even the day Yogi Adityanath had just visited 2 days before the Pran Pratishtha, Chief Minister was about to arrive. But we saw people smoothly doing their darshan just before his visit. Just, I think, 40 minutes before his visit, it was completely sanitized and people were not allowed inside, of course, because the Chief Minister was about to arrive. But right now we see that the management is going on. Of course, there are diversions. Traffic delays are there because it's a high security zone, red, yellow zone. Two types of major zones have been now. Ayodhya has been divided into. Red zone being the strictest. It's very difficult to move around there. People have to walk. So most of these people you see right now, they haven't come in vehicles, but they have mostly come walking from Hanuman Gadi to this place, or they may be walking from some other places, because most of the sadhus we were speaking to, they have walked up from their ashrams also. So and this could be outside Ayodhya also. So we've seen people are so excited, they're so passionate about this entire movement. As Prime Minister said, that this is not about Ram is not a problem, he's a solution. And the mantra, of course, is that he signifies he's a symbol of a civilization. Ram Temple is a symbol of our rich culture, heritage and unity of India. And we saw that there is a lot of happiness amongst people, and we expect more and more people. As I was telling you, the security personnel, when talking to us, they were telling us that there will be better management even after a few days, because it's new and there is a huge influx. They expect that it will be more controlled in the coming days. There will be a much more sorted setup here. It's still, of course, very well barricaded and people are going in batches. In the morning we saw people were stopped, there were stoppages, then around 50 to 60 people were stopped, and then the next batch would visit the temple, and the previous 50 to 61 would actually be stationed at one place. But it did not, dampen anybody's spirits. You can see those spirits there. Jai Shri Ram chants all across with the Kesariya Gamcha. People are so happy. They are donning their tilak without any fear, and they're so proud of what has happened right now. And of course, Niranjan, we are getting us our viewers more details. And also, viewers, let me tell you, as I report from Ayodhya, live and rolling coverage continues from here. We are getting you more reports from Ayodhya as amidst the chanting that is going on in the background. Now, after the Pran Pratishtha ceremony, it is open to public, and we have been getting you the live visuals and the dance. You can see those colorful visuals coming in.